Hey everybody, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel. That is the YouTube yacht project that we're going to be working on today. If you're new to the channel, we're making a rental cabin in the shape of a steamboat, paddle wheeler, right down there somewhere. This level deck, and then an upper deck with a master bedroom looking at the sunrise. Nope, that's going to be the sunset. It's your choice, it's how you want to view it, I suppose. Here's what we're getting into today. We've got the torch with us today. We got, look at this, picked up a brand new Maddox or pick, whatever you want to call it. We've got a level, we got some chainsaw chaps, we got a torch, we got all kinds of things we're going to get into. I'm going to wear my chaps today. I always wear them when I run the gas saw. I don't always wear them whenever I do a little limbing with the electric saw. I don't know why, I probably should. Honestly, I'm probably doing this more today. It's not cold enough for coveralls, but there's still some snow. It'll help keep my pants dry. Not only is it good at digging trenches, look at this. Makes a nice tripod too. I was talking in the comments the other day to Pennsylvania Mike. Pennsylvania Mike is a huge supporter of the channel, and he's done a lot for us. And he made the comment that one of his favorite things about the snow is how quiet it is out in the woods. I agree. I'm just sitting here putting this chain on. And it is certainly the quietest I've ever heard it. Aside from a few birds chirping in the background, which is certainly a welcome sign that hopefully spring is right around the corner. You can just never have too many pockets. We're going to start with this battery. It's got 3 bars on it. It's 34 today. Feels even warmer than that. You watch, by the end of this video, all this snow, it'll be gone. We'll be back to our seasonal mud in no time. Oh, that's not good. Oh, what the heck's happening there, bud? We'll just do it this way. Need your fancy handle anyway. Well, that's a little heavy. The strapping we're going to do later on in the video is getting that radius wall secured. You guys can see it's got a pretty good radius on it. Getting these corners secured, and we've got to get a vertical pole on that end and this end so we can adjust the string line as we go and keep that keel line, if you will, perfectly centered. But that's going to be later in the video. We also have to hand dig this trench out. That's the one I was talking about, and it is almost all rock, which is why we got that thing. But to get started, we're going to clean up some of this stuff. Got a barrel full there. There's quite a bit of heat starting to push up through there. Of course, the torch helps when all the stuff's wet, frozen, been on the ground, but it won't take long. It'll be able to self-sustain itself. Self-sustain itself. No kidding. Anywho, I'm gonna start digging that out. Somebody did ask if the snow or ice would bother the block. Not at all. If you're just leaving it sit through the ice and snow, not a problem. But if you plan on stacking the next day, I will show you something you got to watch out for. These little holes here on the next course, it's opposite of these. So on the next course, on the bottom side, one needs to snap in to this hole. And if you got all the snow in here, it won't be able to lock in there. And You can tell right now it's above freezing. It's just water in there. But if that was frozen and it was ice, surely one of these, like this one is slush, well, that is going to prevent the next course from locking in. So if you know you're getting ice or snow overnight and you plan on stacking the next day, we always just use packaging tape, and we just run tape across that top course while it was still dry. The next day you come back, getting ready to work, you just peel her off and you're good to go. Throw that over there later. What are you guys doing today? Anything fun? Anything fun? Anything more fun than this? It's unlikely. This is the maximum amount of fun a person can have on a Saturday. Even though it's frozen, I still think it's going to be easier to do this today whenever I'm not fighting the mud. I'll fight the mud when I put the pipe in, no doubt about it. But at least for today, we don't have to deal with it. Yes. Don't worry, I installed a self-sharpening rock over here. That's what that is. It's really handy, and the mud it's like bar oil, so it'll be fine. Fire's over here cooking really well on its own right now. Might as well throw these snow-covered rock pieces in real quick. Let them cook a little bit. Oh, that's a little big. There we go. I'll show you the trench in just a second, but making great progress. But this burnt down really well, so I'm going to feed this one more time, and we'll go chisel the last little bit of rock out of this. Here is the top of the ice. The footer's probably, let's say, about 3 inches below that ice right now, which is about where that's at. So this is a pleasant surprise. That was all really nice, easy digging, actually. The only rock was just a little bit on top. We do have this one big rock right here. But after the last video, the last few work days of everything kind of throwing me a curveball, feels really good for something to go a little bit easier than expected. Huh? Piece of cake. We are getting a lot closer. That is down to the concrete. There's just one hump. It's the outside of the footer right here. We get that chiseled out. We'll throw a board and level on here and see what we have. Oh yeah. All right. Clean it off. Okay. 2 foot level. About 1 inch and 2 feet. 1 inch and 2 feet, so 2 inches and 4 feet. That's some pretty good math, huh? That's plenty of fall. It does have a little belly in it. I don't mind that. So I'm not too worried about that belly. But another 16 inches of digging would pretty much take that belly out altogether. So we've got decent weather. We might as well take advantage of it. That's better. There's still a little up there between the footer and maybe 3 feet out, but overall that's pretty good. I like that. We're gonna go with that. Got the concrete ramp disassembled and staged up there. I left that section together. I think that's long enough that when we get the rest of our Nudura block, our Nudura ICF block, I can run it from like there to the top of that wall right there, and then maybe I can just roll them right down in there. I want to try to get that vertical pole at the very point of the bow for our string line. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. I have a little bit of a vision in my head, but I don't know if it's actually going to work or not. We're about to find out. I really hope that fits in the hole. I didn't measure, I was kind of making the assumption that it was. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay. She's just gonna go. There she goes. Does that look straight? Good? Sure, looks fine. Okay. So I've got this bracket coming off the front, which is the center point. This is in line with the keel line. I keep using that phrase. As is the bottom. So now we're going to take this board. We're going to lock. Oh, buddy. Oh, that's cold. Well, it's official. This is the last thing we're doing today. We're going to take this board and lock the bottom in. Yep, there we go. Oh, yeah. Obviously, it's got heavy lean this way. That's fine. That bow's going to kind of come up and out anyway, and I want it leaning that way to keep it out of the way. But this way, we want it to be as plumb as possible. Yeah, bud. The whole point of that, coming up like that, we're going to do the same thing on this end, but that'll be a lot easier because it's just measure, find the center, and go up with her. But this way we can take a string line from one end to the other and move up each course and maintain that bow line, that keel line right down the center just right. I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to work great. Listen, after the last few days, this feels good. It just feels good when something goes, you know, somewhat to plan. And just for the fun of it, we didn't do a lot of cutting. We just did that little bit of trimming, which was about 3 barrels full of brush that we got burnt. Used up about 1 bar. Yep, there you go. About 1 bar. Still 2 bars left. You guys saw I've got some extra help with me today for a little bit anyway. Let's get to some strapping. I mean, technically it's a firewood carrier, but we don't really use a lot of firewood. Yeah. I think it's going to work great as a tool carrier. I think we can get all our tools in here. And a little bit of snow. That's good. What else can we fit in here? Sure, why not? Heck yeah, bud. That's gonna work great. And there you go. Set her in there. You can just drop it. Well, that'll work. We are going to start with these 2 corners. That's the plan. I'll kind of show you what we got going on. Perfect. Looking good. Okay, and we're come up top. All right, let's try again. There you go. Bump the inside, yep. Okay, down to the bottom where we started. So double check.
Right there.
Okay. Still look good?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're all the way on that bottom 2x4 down there. You're just a little, there you go. What do you think?
Yep.
Looks good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do the other direction now. Switch it back to where it was the first time. Yeah, there you go. Here you go. Tell me what you think.
Looks good.
You like it where it's at?
Yep.
There we go. Yeah, it's a good spot. Just make sure you got good contact on both of them. You tell me what you think.
Right on the one. This side's right on the wall.
So
Like a little bit off the wall.
if we move it that way a little bit.
Yep. That's good.
Okay, we'll keep the brace where that is, and then we'll just have to. Yeah, it looks really good. Okay, now double check. Let me get one screw in this. All right, now double check and see if you're happy with it both directions.
That looks good.
Yeah?
And that's good too.
Yep, I agree. Okay. So we have the inside straps on these corners on, and those will continue the rest of the way up. This is just my personal preference, but if I know I'm stacking another course, I won't put this top strap on because I just like to have a little play in the block. It just makes it easier to get that next course snapped in my personal opinion. But there will be one placed here, and then like I said, they just keep going on up. 2 per course, and then we'll have to do the outside here in just a second. But while we're in here, we're gonna go ahead and run the straps on those radiuses real quick. Radii? Radius. Oh. So in this section where it's just one stud and there's a kerf ripped in between, I'll put 2 screws in each one of those studs. It's a little overkill, but better safe than sorry when it comes to concrete. Definitely nice to have a little fire, isn't it? So she's going to warm up around the fire just a little bit. Understandable. I'll probably do the same in just a minute. But we're going to try to get these 2 boards apart, cut them that length, and then we'll do the outside strapping. And we'll get a little bit closer look at what's going on up there. There's some sunshine too.
Oh, there's some sunshine.
Yeah, well, they've got to be. She makes a great point. You will notice these are substantially bigger than the ones on the inside. I mean, kind of common sense. There's going to be more pressure from the concrete pushing on the outside than there is the inside. So I'm trying to catch quite a few more studs on this outside brace. Well, that was easier than I thought it'd be. All right. You hand me some screws. Great. Oh, your fire's taking off over there. I'm trying to catch at least 3 studs each direction. All right, let's head to the other side. I was telling them and you at the same time. It's like we're having you and 24,000 of our closest friends working together. Isn't this nice? Whoa, oh dear. Watch out there, bud.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Let's scrape this ice off of here. I think that's all we're going to do today. We just had a few hours out here. I know we got some ribs on the smoker, so I'm itching to get back to the house for that. Gonna get my battery and cordless tools all picked up here. Head back up to the house, and hopefully the next clip, getting a triaxle back down that road. It's still snow covered and thawing out, and a load of stone up there that we can start putting a little bit of stone around here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I can't imagine what could possibly go wrong, right? You ready to go back to the house?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Push.
Got her?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna throw one more rotten log on, and then I'll be up there and we'll head back.
And you put it out.
Oh no. Nope. Oh. Phew. That was almost bad. All right, we're back, day 3. What a difference. I love Indiana weather. I really, truly do. Almost all the snow's gone. It is almost 50 degrees today. I only have one other shirt on underneath this. I don't have 7 layers on like I have the past few days. The downfall, of course, is we're gonna be fighting the mud just a little bit. The good news is the stone is supposed to be here in just a little bit. Now, Chris has been back here before just to kind of see it, but not back here with the truck. We have had concrete trucks back here, but everything did just thaw out. And if you know anything about stone roads and thawing out, that kind of makes them a little pumpy, a little squishy. Chris said he'd walk it real quick when he gets here, but I'm pretty sure the plan is just back up as far as he can, wherever he stops. If it's at the barn, if it's back here, we're not gonna push our luck. We're just gonna dump it wherever it's at, and I'll just go from there. I think I hear him coming. I keep telling Mike you're the best there ever is, and he doesn't believe me.
I know. You should just ride with him once and learn.
He could. He'd learn something for sure. Oh yeah. Good driver makes your day go a lot better. Chris definitely hooked us up on that one. That was awesome. Can't thank him enough. If you're new to the channel and you're wondering what this is all about, we just had some snow recently. We don't get a lot of snow. I slapped some plywood on the front for a temporary snow plow. Let me just walk you down the big picture plane here. You see the tractor? The stone's right there. I'm going to try to blaze a little bit of a trail here with the tractor just to get things started. Give you a side view. That's what we're working with. I want something a little bit easier for the tractor to get up and down. Sure, that'll be fine. No way that'll go sideways on us. And we're going to do a little stone around the inside to hold the inside. And then we're going to go around and do the stone around the outside with fabric and that drain tile we rolled down the hill earlier. It's still pretty frozen through there, more frozen than I expected. The tractor is definitely having a little bit of a hard time. Oh, where are you going there, tractor? Hopefully not too far. The tractor's having a little bit of a hard time, but I think we're just down to a couple more passes and we'll have this thing knocked out. I think that's going to work great. Sometimes it just takes a little bit more time when you got a smaller machine, but that should do it. Got a path that way, got a path to that spot right there. Yes, I called and asked Mike, checked fluids, let it warmed up the hydraulics, and of course, I got you guys a cold start. Just had to get through the joke first. Anyway, we're ready to move stone now. In fact, you can still hear it running over there. We're just going to leave it idle for a few minutes just because it hasn't rained in a while. Everything underneath is still frozen and holding solid, but you guys can see it and hear it, I'm sure. It's definitely starting to slime up on top, which is why we are really pushing to get this stuff in. It does nothing but warm up from here, which means it's going to thaw out all the way, and there's a good chance of rain over the next week or so. So if we don't get it today, it may not be till the end of spring that we have another good chance to get the tractor in and out of here. I think that's enough of a pile to wheelbarrow down that side. The next step is to get a pile in the center that I can shovel around the inside. So that step is done. Stone all the way around the inside, about 6 inches up the block, which is all I want to do. I might go further if I have more left over, but I want to make sure I got enough to get all the way around. Speaking of getting all the way around, I am really running out of time. I'm hoping I got enough to get this done. Enough time, that is, and material. I don't know. Hoping a prayer at this point. We're hand digging. I bought this fancy shovel so I don't have to dig out the full shovel's width. Might be lazy, but should save me a lot of digging. Hey, could you pull that in for me? Yeah, I got you. How far do you want me to? Oh, about there? Yeah. Good, I was hoping to do that. Good. You remember we had some issues with the welder last time, and most of you guys said it's probably just cold. Propane freezing up in the fuel line, that kind of thing. It is quite a bit warmer today, and I'll fire up the air compressor to air up the tire on the wheelbarrow. So let's just see what she does today. You guys think like 110 pounds, or something like that, 110. Whoa, bud. So that turned out really nice. I've got as much stone as I want back there, and we'll take a big walking tour all the way around, recapping on all the strapping we did and the pole and gravel, the whole 9 yards when we're all said and done today. But I need just a little bit of a break, so I'm gonna hop on the tractor, build a little stone pad right here so I can get all this stuff up organized out of the mud, because it's just gonna get muddier as the spring goes on. But we'll just do, I don't know, where should we go? We'll just stand right here and, we'll do this thing. That's better. Much better. Now this stuff's up out of the way. Of course, I got these big rocks we gotta do something with at some point, but we can just mosey right on in there for the stone. And it's all up out of the mud. You guys know how spring weather goes. If I leave it here, it's just all gonna get smashed into the mud. At least now it's up in that stone. If I have enough stone, I may make a path all the way up. Listen, Mike, you're getting ambitious, bud. Calm down a minute. We still gotta do this. I think I can get the tractor wiggled in for a lot of this as far as getting the stone in, so that'll be good. The really good news is there's not a lot to dig out on this side. That's pretty much just all slush and ice. Should dig out pretty easy. Yeah, hopefully it goes faster than the other side, because I don't have a lot of time left. Not a lot of time at all. That is nice. Oh, big one. Yeah. Through here. Yeah. Yes.
right underneath. Beautiful. Right over to here. Oh, that's great. That is great. Oh, that's perfect.
Think we can say one more? I think we can say one more. That looks awesome. That felt great, and I'm kind of bummed. I didn't realize I had the camera off. It felt like a big moment, but that's okay. We've got one more connection to make, and that's where it actually drains out right there. So let's get that done. The sun has set on us. I'll give you a quick walking tour of everything we got done, give you an update of what's coming, and we're gonna go home. Go. There we go. Sock. Sock. This little scrap piece fits right there. Snaps in there. One more. There we go. And that goes right in here. Let's get this covered up with stone. I almost got enough stone on there, and I went ahead and started putting some dirt back on this so it doesn't float out for us. But man, 3 days old, this shovel. 3 days old. Is there a company out there that makes a Kleeman proof shovel? If you make a Kleeman proof shovel, please get a hold of me. I would really like that. How about a walking tour? How about a walking tour? Let's start over here. Organization, nice. Stone and fabric all the way down this back wall. That is fantastic. You can see some of this wants to slump off of here, or whatever you want to call it. Definitely some moisture coming out of there, dripping right there. We may still have to dig a little bit out in the long run, but at least we won't be down on the footer trying to dig that out. I think this will work really well. I'll probably flap this over like that for the time being. I may just leave it like that. We'll just kind of see what it does. Look at that. Already saved us from having to dig that rock out. Rebar in, ready for the next course. 3 courses here, ready for the next one. We got the fancy little pole here so we can do our string line up as we go. Coming around the starboard side here, we've got our strapping on, and that looks really good. And that will continue all the way up, like I said. Same thing on this side. Once we get all the way up, we will take vertical plywood strips like that and just almost make a lattice and tie that whole thing together. It'll look really good, and we'll talk about that in future videos, obviously. But stone and fabric all the way around this side, and of course all the way around the inside, which is awesome. And we were so close to getting done with this, but you know, shovels and stuff. And honestly, it's late. I got to get to the house. We got those corners strapped and that stuff ready too. The only thing we didn't get done, that I want to get done, was this pole right here to run the string line from here over to there. But that's not that big a deal. After everything we've kind of fought today, I'm fine. I'll take what we got going on. It was nice. This was a really good process. Got to work out here with Lily for a little bit one afternoon. That was a lot of fun. I like involving the kids in the project, and we got a lot done. So we are ready for the next step, which is more block, obviously. We've got it ordered. I'm hoping next week. Next week I'm doing some work for Mike, but then after that I've actually got another vacation from the fire department, so hoping to get the rest of the block stacked soon. Had to take a break right now, breath coming up that little hill. As far as this thing goes, I love it. It is technically a firewood carrier, but I have been using it for tools. I love it so much I actually hopped on and bought another one that I wanted. Exact same bag. I think that's going to be super handy. And if I'm being honest, it was just cool to use my own name as a coupon code. By the way, that is a coupon code. You can use Kleeman there. There's a link in the description. You can click on it. It'll take you right there. Pick out whatever you want, and the coupon code will show up right before you check out. It won't show it in your total while it's in your cart, but right before you check out, the coupon code will show up. And it's just kind of cool. I'm pretty excited about it. He says he has some other stuff coming, so I can't wait to see what that is. I'm tired, guys. I am tired. Today was a beating, but boy, does this feel good. It feels so good to have this step done. It's a little bit of peace of mind. Spring is coming. There's going to be rain. There's going to be silt washing down in there. I think that's going to save us a lot of work in the long run. I really, really, truly do. And I got to say, as I was working on this, I've said this before, I keep getting comments and notifications from other videos, and it's all you guys being awesome and making jokes and being positive. And that kind of stuff is kind of what keeps me going and pushing me through the day, especially when you're shoveling out a lot of stone. Speaking of stone, there is a little left. We'll just smear that around up here. No denying we need it there anyway. So I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the support. I really, truly do. From Chelsea and both of me, we just want to say thank you. Anywho, that's enough for Emblem. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.